Well, hello, this is SoftTalk ASMR, and it's Tom. This is part 2 of my video of the beautiful crystal collection. The crystal collection. I hope you enjoyed part 1. If you haven't seen it already, perhaps pause this video and view part 1. I mentioned the root chakra crystals, which are those ones there. These ones here, these are the root chakra crystals. And I also mentioned the sacral chakra, which are these ones, the solar plexus chakra crystals, and the heart chakra crystals. A couple of things I shall add just now. I got this today. It's called Jet, and it's Whitby Jet. This is another grounding crystal. That's it. So we've got a J for jet, or perhaps a boomerang, or a bit of a bootleg. Jet has to be cleansed regularly. That's it. Because the energy, it's very quick at absorbing negative energy, so it has to be cleansed of negative energy. And we can do this with sage or Palo Santo. I've got a small bit here. So lighting that and then allowing the smoke to cleanse the negative energy from the crystals. And I tend to cleanse my crystals routinely whenever I know I've used them often. I shall give them a good cleanse and then lay them out in the sunshine by the window in the morning or daytime sunshine. Sometimes I will put them in salt water, sea salt water. Gives them a good cleanse. There are a couple of other things I was going to show a bit more detail in. I don't think I showed you the Blue John fluorites properly yesterday, so I'll show you those now. The Blue John Cavern up in the Pennines here in England, United Kingdom, is host to the Blue John fluorite crystal with its beautiful dark blue and golden yellow colours. Blue John is actually petroleum over many years compressed as petroleum. It's crystallized. I found that this Blue John in particular is reminiscent to batter on fish and chips, the batter. That's what it reminds me of. But I've never tried eating Blue John, so I don't know if it's crunchy, and I wouldn't recommend it either. That's a raw, rough piece. I've also got some polished examples of Blue John here. These are polished You see the lovely, you can tell the petroleum colours there, especially in the one on the left. And blue John fluorite, again, that has to be cleansed quite regularly. That's it, I said it. It's very good for stress, cleansing the body, the aura of stress. And fluorite is from this same family. There's the rainbow fluorite, which I showed you yesterday. It's many healing properties, not just dealing with stress, but it's very good for colds as well, cleansing the body to heal from bad colds, heavy colds. The optical honey calcite was another one which I didn't take out of its bag in the previous video. Isn't that a beautiful piece? Now there is honey calcite, but this is the optical honey calcite, which is slightly different. The energy process with this crystal is maximized because of the parallelogram, possibly, shape to it. So that's the optical honey calcite, and that's used for releasing old traumas, old emotions. I've used that quite a few times out in the garden, returning sad energies, sad thought patterns from within back to Mother Earth Gaia. It's a lovely little crystal, that. And what else did I show you that was in the bag in the previous video? Sardonyx, that's right. Sardonyx. You can also get this in a blue version, blue sardonyx. That's actually layers of quartz there, compressed, layered through. There we are, get it to focus. That's sardonyx. Black tourmaline. Black is a very good colour for to remind and remember for dealing with sadness and grief. The black crystals are very good for repelling negative energy, heavy energies. If you're ever in a situation where you're in the middle of a row, an argument, black tourmaline will help take some of that heavy energy away. Even if you just keep it in the room whilst the argument's going on. But ideally walk away from arguments if you can. What shall I show you next in my crystal collection? Well, we covered the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra and the heart chakra crystals. So I believe the next chakra up is the throat chakra, which are generally the blue crystals. So cavity itself. Good. The blue crystals here. These are all very useful for healing over the throat chakra. However, trying to get one of these to balance on your throat is another thing. And the main crystal which I have found very helpful for the throat chakra in alleviating sore throats and colds is this one, turquoise. It's been very, very helpful for sore throats. So we've got here kyanite. This is black kyanite. And whenever I say or think of kyanite, I always think of let's go fly a kite, kyanite. That's a line from Mary Poppins. Poppins, black kyanite. Also got blue kyanite there. This was one of the first crystals I got, blue kyanite. Then we've got, actually I quite like that, jump over, appetite, which I said in the previous video makes you feel hungry. I wouldn't recommend eating this though, unless you're that rock monster thing in the film Labyrinth. It's appetite. This is a rough piece, you can get it polished. It comes quite pretty as a polished piece. It comes much darker, a darker blue with yellow lining. This is Larimar, a very small piece of Larimar. It's all for the throat healing. To help with the projection of voice, communications, confidence in speaking. I've mentioned the turquoise, whoops a daisy. This is blue howlite. Howlite is actually white. This has received some blue colouring. Howlite is very good with awakening. This one has featured in a video of mine. Blue calcite. Blue calcite, a very gentle, soft energy. Very good for anxiety. Very good for calming. This is a palm stone, so it will sit nicely in the hand. This came from the same seller as the smoky quartz. They came on the same day. Have a look at my blue calcite video. Just type in blue calcite on my ASMR channel. You'll see that. That was a very nice little video. That. Very pleased with the blue calcite. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope this is relaxing you and allowing you to feel present. So we've completed the blue calcite. Here we are. Blue lace agate. Blue lace agate. Blue, very calming colour, very calming energy. This is excellent if you have headaches, tension in the head, stress in the head, migraine even. Just place it on the temples or a temple. Very, very good, very good. Very good if you're going out and you're feeling a bit stressed or anxious. This is very good to carry with you. Blue lace agate. Now this crystal has two names. I tend to call it hawk's eye, but it's also known as blue tiger's eye. It's known by the name hawk's eye as well. Sorry, this is having trouble focusing. It's very shiny. That's better. Hawk's eye. Hawk's eye is very good for tension. I found if I get tension in my upper chest, upper back, this helps relieve the tension, the muscles. This is lapis lazuli. It's actually in the form of an orgonite. So it's got little fine shavings in there. Orgonite is something which amplifies energy, an energy field. There's quite a good set of videos if you type in orgonite, O-R-G-O-N-I-T-E. Quite a few people have done videos about orgonite. This is sodalite. Actually, I've just realised, look at that. It's more like the properties of blue sardonyx, isn't it? Yes. This was a crystal that came in a bundle that was given to me. So I need to work on this a bit more and find out what the healing properties are on that. This is definitely sodalite. Sodalite is very good for anxiety, for worry, for concerns. And look, there's a little Buddha there. This is a sodalite bracelet. Very similar to my red coral bracelet. Probably made from the same factory, the same manufacturer. Yeah. I hope you don't mind my dirty fingernails. Been doing some work in the garden recently, potting up the lavender cuttings. Now this is Goldstone. Look at that, lovely reflections. It's like looking up into the sky at night, isn't it? This is actually a dark blue stone. Goldstone is man-made, but it's very popular with crystal collectors, and again this is one that came in a bundle with the red calcite, which I mentioned in the other video, and the petrified wood. So some nice little extras there. Goldstone is for manifestation, trying to improve what you want out of life. It's very good for if you're working with the Archangel Orion, O-R-I-O-N. Now, that's the completion of the throat chakra crystals. We then have 2 more chakras, and I also have a separate little gathering of Jaspers, which I might as well show you now. I like Jaspers, they're very small, but they are incredibly pretty. Very, very pretty. Being tangential, this is Idocrase. That was in with a Jasper. That's a heart chakra crystal. Idocrase is also known as Vesuvius. I think it's Vesuvius crystal because of the area where it's from, Mount Vesuvius. So I should put that with the heart chakra crystals, just there. So we have here rainbow jasper, and brecciated jasper. And then we have here leopard skin jasper, look at that one, shaped like an egg, isn't it? Tumblestone that's been shaped into like an egg. So those are the jaspers. Jaspers are very good for reducing the energy flow if you're using a crystal, which could be quite powerful if you're new to crystals. It's very good to incorporate another crystal with it. Now an example of that would be when using Herkimer. Look at the size of that beauty. Herkimer. The Herkimer diamond. So if you were doing healing with the Herkimer diamond, it'd be good to hold a jasper with you as well, just to slightly take the edge off the power of the energy flow with the Herkimer if you're new to crystal healing. So that's the Herkimer. I've also got a very small Herkimer here, which I showed in the previous video, sitting on the little Buddha. Next to the Herkimer is apophyllite. We can do a bit of ASMR here. Do you like that? The apophyllite came in this little packaging. Relax, that's it. Nice and relaxed. So that's apophyllite. Those of you that love Reiki, R-E-I-K-I, the healing art of Reiki, would probably be aware of apophyllite, and if you're not, it's very worthwhile getting a piece. Apophyllite works very well with Reiki, the process of Reiki, and I find if I place this on the bridge of my nose, where my nose meets the top of my third eye, Ajna chakra, it's a very good place to rest it. This is very good for connecting with the angelic realm, Akashic records. I use this piece often. Isn't it lovely? So that is apophyllite. Next to the apophyllite is one of my favourites, and I think it's quite a rare crystal. I don't often see or hear people talk about it much. It's a form of quartz, and it's called garden quartz. Garden quartz. And I find this is exceptionally good for placing over the third eye, which is the area between your eyebrows, especially if you've got a bad headache, if you're anxious, and if, like me, you have issues where you find you get congestion in your eyes, tired eyes, it's very good for pulling the congestion, the energy out of the eyes, the trapped energy. Again, place it over the third eye ajna. I mentioned in the other video that emerald is also very good if you have tired eyes. So these are very, very good. Garden quartz, that one is. I've now got the Celestites, these two up here. Very calm energy Celestite. If you're a very nervous person, or if you know a very nervous person, very anxious person, give them a piece of Celestite. They will calm down. I've had very good success with this. Exceptional success with Celestite. Very calming energy. Just place it on your head, on your forehead, or in your hand, just clasp it like that. Again, connections to the angelic realm, if you're keen to connect with your spirit guides and angels and archangels, Celestite's very good for that. Very grateful to have Celestite. In fact, because I was so impressed, I bought myself a bigger piece. Look at that beauty. This has many, many terminations on it, coming out at different sides. It's relatively affordable, Celestite. A big piece like this is a tad pricey, but we're not talking ridiculous money. So that's Celestite. Celestite, if you want to look it up. And we've got a geode here, half geode. That was fairly reasonably priced as well, which is a quartz geode. We then have many little examples of tumbled stone quartz here. Quartz, as you may know, amplifies energy. So it's very useful for if you're creating a grid around you, or for amplifying the energy of other crystals. There's another one there. I'll do some ASMR with these. Also got a little quartz pyramid with the 7 pointers, the 7 main chakras. Then there is one of my favourite crystals, and I've been using this a lot. In fact, I use this every day. It's actually purple in colour, it's a dark purple. It's called lepidolite, Lepidolite, lepidolite. Place this over your third eye, your Ajna chakra. Very calming, very relaxing, very gentle energy. It's very good for worry and anxiety. If you have it in your pocket, take it out with you, hold it. Very, very good. It also helps with grounding energies as well. Quite excited by that one. This is ametrine, which is a cross between amethyst and citrine. It has a cloudy cider-like colour inclusions. Very calming energy to it. And then we go on to my little collection of amethysts which have been very, very helpful to me. Now one of these, this one, is a Brandberg amethyst from the Brandberg area of Africa, South Africa. Amethysts are exceptionally good for headaches and stress, tension headaches. Placed on the third eye, Ajna. And I'll come to this one in a moment. In a moment. But I shall show you these two. Now I've taken to holding this of a night time, falling asleep with it in bed. It's called Dream Amethyst, also known as Chevron Amethyst. There's another example. Protection stone, very protecting. Now for the last 3 nights I have held this Dream Amethyst. I've not had a nightmare, I've not had any discomforts. I've dreamt, but it's not been unpleasant. So there's something in that. I think if you have night terrors, if you're having nightmares, get yourself a nice piece of Chevron Amethyst. It's also known as Dream Amethyst. It is a little bit more pricey than standard amethyst, but if it helps, isn't it worth it? This one of my favourites, Vera Cruz, V-E-R-A, next word, C-R-U-Z. This is definitely a crystal that I recommend for healing. If you ever get those headaches right at the top of your head, where you feel it's coming right at the top of your head and you're perhaps even feeling slightly lightheaded and giddy, this is very good at fixing that. It's a high vibrational crystal. So if you're feeling actually in a very good mood, hold it. It will amplify that mood, really uplift you. It's very good for depression, exceptionally good for feelings of depression. Vera Cruz. It's a little bit pricey, but again it's worth it. And when I say pricey, I'm not talking lots of money, but it's more than just a few pounds or a few dollars.